It's a sex scandal that made headlines all over the country. And now former state representatives Todd Courser and Cindy Gamrat are facing criminal charges.
Courser is facing 4 felonies, while Gamrat from Plainwell is facing 2. They have until Wednesday to turn themselves in or be arrested.
24-hour News 8's Coco McAvoy was at the state attorney general's press conference in Lansing.
Good evening. The former representatives are now facing felony charges, and that's after an investigation completed by the Michigan State Police Department and the Attorney General. And today, the Attorney General said that both of them broke the trust of the people.
It's called trust. It's called judgment. It's called honesty.
Attorney General Bill Schuette threw all of those leading qualities into question after a months-long investigation into former state representatives Todd Courser and Cindy Gamrat.
And worse yet, we allege and we're convinced that we will prove in court beyond a reasonable doubt that they broke the law.
Both are accused of misusing state funds to cover up an extramarital affair. 1 month after the scandal was exposed, Gamrat was expelled by her fellow lawmakers, and Courser resigned from office on that same day.
No one is above the law, not even those who walk in the halls of power.
Todd Courser is facing 3 felony charges of misconduct in office, along with the felony perjury charge for lying under oath, while Cindy Gamrat is facing 2 felony charges of misconduct in office.
It all goes about corruption and performance in the conduct of your responsibilities in office. That's how it goes.
Schuette says the duo's alleged actions are part of the reason why there's some mistrust of government today, but strongly believes the criminal charges against them will help prove to the people of Michigan that the system still works and punishes those who don't follow the law.
We're demonstrating that no one is beyond the reach of the law, not even those who make laws. And we are demonstrating when laws are broken, the justice can and will be delivered.
Attorney General Bill Schuette said they are in contact with both of their attorneys, so we'll let you know when they appear in court. In Lansing, I'm Coco McAvoy, 24-hour News 8.
Today, we wanted to ask both Courser and Gamrat whether they would turn themselves in, but they were not very talkative.
No, 24-hour News 8's Susan Samples is in studio with this side of the story. Susan?
Todd Courser, who is an attorney, was at his office in Lapeer today. When reporters caught up with him in the parking lot, he rolled down his truck window, but just kept driving. We also went to Cindy Gamrat's home in Plainwell. Here's what happened there.
Hi, Cindy. Hi. Ken Kolker from TV.
No comment. Today, we talked with the chair of the Michigan Democratic Party, Brandon Dillon. He questions whether more people should be facing charges.
What I'm really concerned about is that at the highest levels of the House, whether it was in the Speaker's office, the Speaker himself, or his staff, who by their own admissions knew what was going on, and if they're guilty of misconduct in office, shouldn't there be some more information regarding those who abetted and allowed this criminal activity continues?
The criminal charges against Courser and Gamrat come just as voters are about to replace the 2 in the state house. Their seats will be filled during special elections on March 8th. Back to you.